A scene in the first Star Wars movie about Luke's life on Tatooine before he became a hero ended up on the cutting room floor. Here's why Mark Hamill wishes it had stayed in. When a film is as beloved as Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope, fans want to know every single detail about the process of making it. They want to see deleted scenes, concept art, hear from the cast and crew, and learn why key creative decisions were made. Any chance to talk to anyone involved, particularly with Star Wars, tends to bring out some interesting information. One such bit of info came out during a 2013 Reddit AMA with star Mark Hamill, who brought up a deleted scene that he wanted to see in the movie. The scene had actually been released for the world to see on a 2011 Blu-ray of A New Hope, but Hamill brought broad attention to it for the first time here. While fans can definitely get a sense of the reason for its removal, it also proves welcome information about Luke's past, and further insight into his motivation for the heroic act he performs at the end of the film. Hamill explained that the scene was originally slated to appear near the beginning of the film. He explained it was going to take place after Luke sees the space battle in which R2-D2 and C-3PO eject from the Star Destroyer above Tatooine. Hamill says the deleted scene sees Luke head off to a cantina, while the audience discovers more about his day-to-day life on Tatooine. A woman refers to him as Wormy, which Hamill believes shows how lowly Luke was viewed by those around him. At the same time, Luke encounters his childhood friend, Biggs Darklighter, who had joined the Empire. However, Biggs reveals to his friend how he is about to jump ship to the Rebel Alliance. There's a bit of sadness for Luke as he receives the news, since he also wants to do something special with his life like Biggs is doing. The scene also demonstrates how Luke is largely apolitical about the matters taking place in the galaxy, being far more concerned with his own future.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Another interesting tidbit revolves around the two other characters that appear in the scene, Cammy and Fixer. Both of these characters received their names in the film's official novelization, and they also showed up in the Star Wars universe many years later. In Episode 2 of the Book of Boba Fett series, Fixer and Cammy appear in a cantina, having stayed on Tatooine. They are now played by Skylar Bible and Mandy Kowalski, respectively. The New Hope deleted scene shows that Luke clearly just wants to get off the planet and see the galaxy. Like Hamill said, he isn't especially motivated by politics. The scene is pretty wordy, and it's clear why it was cut, since it definitely slows down the story. At the time, Hamill said in the AMA, they changed to get to the plot faster, so now it goes straight into the fourth scene. The only place you can see it is the novelization of the screenplay. With all the tweaking and adaptations, why not put it in to add detail to the story that's not there? At this point in the history of Star Wars, adding that to yet another cut of the film would be fine, and it's always a blast to see these types of things. While it may slow the film down a bit, it does give Luke a major connection that shows up at the end of the film. Biggs' death in the final battle is actually what gets Luke to turn off his targeting computer and trust the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi in his head, leading to the final blast that blows up the Death Star. His character arc works fine as is in the theatrical version, but it makes a little more sense and adds more emotion to it if one thinks about it in conjunction with the deleted scene.